Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey, happy Monday. Listen, let's get into this Family Chantal. Listen, this is not a review. Okay, I just want to talk. Okay, can we talk? I just want to talk about the foolishness that has been Pedro for these last few episodes. Like a whole fool. Charlie, probably ain't gonna be many of us on this live, honey, but there are some Family Chantel watchers out there. And this is one of my personal favorite shows that I like. It's like a guilty pleasure, honey. I love to see Karen be Karen, honey. She be wearing that belt and playing piano. Child, she be doing all kind of stuff, wearing hats, honey, gloves like Michael Jackson. Karen gonna get into it as she gets into it, okay? And I love to see her antics. Now she wouldn't be able to be my mother-in-law in real life, but for TV purposes, I like me some Karen, okay? And I like the close knitness that is their family. So I like to watch it every now and again, honey, and just keep it to myself. I like to eat food, sit in the middle of the bed, and watch the Family Chantel. But y'all, let me speak to y'all. Stan, thank you for becoming a new member. Hey, Miss VO7BX. Hey, Woosah. Hey, She Living Out Loud. Hey, Keisha Hooks. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Roxy. Hey, Haitian Redbone. Hey, Unapologetically Chris. Hey, Tamnika. Hey, Omar. Hey, Marsha. Hey, Private Person. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Britannia. Hey, Nicole. Just speaking of a Nicole, I don't ever want to see Nicole and Alejandro, the Street Fighters telenovela on my scene, never no more. I don't want to see it on my screen, never no more. I don't care anything about what Nicole has going on. Okay. I don't give a damn about Nicole. Like, not you, Nicole. I care about you. But that one on the Family Chantel, I don't care about her. Hey, Starseed 97. Hey, Heels. Hey, Nicole Brown. Hey, Smiling Sunshine. Hey, Esther. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Nelda. Hey, Candy. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Shamuriel. Hey, Princess Di. Hey, Antoinette. Hey, Jael. Hey, Alluring Ash. Hey, MC. Hey, Glowing Butterfly. Hey, Amazing Dreams. Girl, where you been? Hey, Connie. Hey, Nakia. Hey, Grace. Hey, Asifa. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Buffy. Hey, EXO. Hey, Mask, aka Ren. Hey, A, Blue Panda 79, Connie. Hold on. Robin's Kitchen, Psalm X. Hey, Maisha. Child. Hey, Breathe Again. Hey, Chatting with Beauty Spot. Hey, Stay Tuned Reviews. What you say, Stay Tuned Reviews? Is it bad that I've only watched the show on mute whenever Chantel is wearing a bikini? Hashtag no judgment. Listen, they say Drake trying to shoot his shot at Chantel, honey. Well, he did say his baby mama harder than a lot of you ninjas. So, I mean, that'll be a way to get back at Pedro, honey, and him and his. Oh, child, let's get into this. Child, this is a whole fool. Now, listen. I know people were like, I mean, myself included at first, we're going from season one and we're now in season four. I was like, dang, man, they be giving Pedro a hard time. This man really loves Chantel. Something ain't right. Okay. How do you go from my pinky, winky, dinky, linky, skinky, chinky, or whatever the hell he be saying to her? How you go from pinky winky and want to get your winky in her pinky in the shower to y'all ain't had sex in a whole year? A whole year, bro. Y'all haven't had sex in an entire year. Are you serious right now? Like, child, that's just crazy to me. But y'all, we gonna get into that too. Cause I'm like, a whole entire year, y'all ain't had the sexuals. And the fact that she said it in front of her family, I was like, yes, it's not good. It's not good. Cause Chantel, she really just tried to keep, the foolishness that was her and Pedro to herself. She really didn't want to say nothing about it. But the fact that you did that, dude, like, that's just crazy. But hold on, we're gonna get into it because this is what really pissed me off and made me say that I need to have a conversation with the people. Okay. There are 188 of you on this impromptu Family Chantel Live. I normally don't review the show, so please stop on in. And if you're new here on this channel, then welcome. If you're back for a second or third time on another live, then welcome back. Y'all, please like the live as we get into it. Okay. I don't want you to like nothing you haven't experienced yet. But if you like it, then like it. Okay. Because it's a Monday night. I mean, what else we doing? Child, listen, we're going to share this screen because I got to talk to y'all about some things. Okay. It's some things that need to be talked about. Like, because this right here is just, like, it's just crazy. Hold on. Let's get on over here and do what we have to do so that we can get into the comment section. Like, it's just crazy. This picture right here, y'all, when I tell y'all this picture right here broke my heart, look at that picture. Just look at it. When she said, he promised that he would never leave me. He promised me that. When I tell y'all I was in here crying, I said, it's okay, Chantel, because I'm going to tell y'all something. At first, I felt like, y'all be acting, honey. Pedro was calling a lie last season, honey, talking about he didn't know his daddy and his brothers, but he really do know his brothers, honey. His pictures from them from way back in the day. And I was thinking, y'all like to lie, honey. Y'all got a little lying problem. But then I saw her in this confessional. And I said, oh, baby, that's real and raw emotion. She is really hurt. She is really hurt. Woosah said, Misha, do you see this? Pedro said he went to get groceries and the car was declined. And, and, okay, eat your toenails off of your toes. I don't give a damn if you ever eat again. Okay, talking about, well, I haven't worked, and if I don't sell a home, it's gonna take a month. Well, you should have sat at home, okay, instead of getting that big $19.90. You know that U-Haul that you get for $19.95. Instead of you buying that U-Haul or renting that U-Haul for $19.95 to pick up 2 boxes for the dramatic effect, and so you could hurt Chantel that laid down in her bed with a full face of glam. You should have been thinking about the fact that you weren't gonna have no money to feed yourself. I don't give a damn. The card should have been declined, honey. I don't blame her at all. Take your money and run. Child, Private person said, I don't know if with joint accounts you can just take all the money without and can. Please don't ask me how I know. Especially in a community property state. Take it all, honey, and run on down the road. But see, this is the thing. That mama of his can't be trusted. So therefore, and thus and such, she was already scheming and plotting her and old long neck Nicole to get in the bank account and take all the money and send it back to the DR, and they ain't fooling me. Because Pedro was not thinking about nobody's divorce. He was confused, but their mama is miserable. So she decided to tell Pedro that he needed to divorce Chantel, and here we are. So before he got to the money, she got to it. He was really being evil to her. Like everything that she did, nothing was good enough. And it just confuses me that you went through 5 years to figure out you thought she was lazy. Okay. Okay, child. If that's what you want to say, Pedro. Thank you, Nicole. Yes, come on in and like the live. Exactly, Antoinette. She said, girl, Pedro said, I got my visa. I'm gone. Deuces. I said, not you gone. Because when he went to the attorney last episode, she was like, yeah, at the 3 year mark or the 5 year mark or something, she told him. And she was like, yeah, so you're right at the 5. I'm like, that's suspicious. Okay. It's crazy to me how you just so happen to be at the 5 year mark. Whatever. Lauren Ash said Pedro definitely had a plan the whole time. It's all clear now. Exactly, because I'm looking at this apartment. Okay. Now we don't know the time lapse in between, when one episode was shot and the next. It could be days in between or whatever. But I'm telling you from experience that a ninja will pack you up in your sleep and you don't even know. Honey, be gone when you wake up in the morning. Pedro already had a plot and a scheme. That's why he's so upset about that money. Now, see, what was kind of tripping me out though, y'all, is you chasing her all around town to look for this money. Baby, if you ain't got no food, do you have any gas? And Antoinette calling on the phone talking about some Antonella, that's her name. Antonella calling on the phone talking about, yeah, I closed on the house, ma'am. He doesn't even have a pack of ramen right now. No salt, honey. He ain't got no water. Please leave him alone right now. He's chasing Chantel. That's what should be the name of the new season. But you know what? I don't even want to see him. I don't want to see his mama. I don't want to see Nicole. I don't want to see Alejandro. I don't want to see Nicole's best friend. I don't want to see any of them. Pedro is a scammer, allegedly. And I feel like this was all a setup. It's just a setup. MC said, I'm on PST. Are you discussing tonight's episode? Yes, MC, we are. We're discussing tonight's episode. Hold on. Britannia said, Pedro has lost his freaking mind. Chantel needs a shark lawyer to stick it to Pedro. Yeah, she need to go over there and get that one portion and be using in Atlanta. You know, honey, everybody use him. What's his name? Randy? Randy Watson? Or is that from Coming to America? Oh, child. Is his name Randy Watson? Or am I thinking about Coming to America, honey? Sexual chocolate. Hey, Buffy. Hey, Misha. This is the perfect birthday gift. Been looking forward to this live all day. Oh, it's your birthday? Oh, girl, we need some twerk music. Hold on. We about to celebrate your birthday with a little beat. Okay. Let's get into it. Wait a minute, child. Let me find it, honey. I'm like an old woman. Here we go. We gonna twerk one time for the one time for Buffy's birthday. Happy birthday, girl. All right. Hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Put a Y in the chat if that's a little bit better. Okay, cool. Child, you want messed up my baby's solo debut, child. You know, he was trying to sing to Buffy. It's her birthday. All right, y'all. So let's get back to this mess, honey. Okay. Let's get back into it. Baby, he wants to sing happy birthday. Every day he wakes up, he's like, it's somebody's birthday today. I'm like, yes, it is, honey. Yes, it is. He's like, it's always somebody's birthday. Did you know that? I'm like, I definitely did, but thank you. Okay, fun size gym. Hey, girl. Hey, Misha, you sound a little different. I'm so mad I missed the Ready to Love Live. And is your B day coming up? If I'm not mistaken, yours is around the same as mine. 9/17 is mine. Yours is 9/18. Hey, Virgo sis. Buffy, you a Virgo too, girl. Get into it. Omar, Virgo. Omar said, this feels like one of them songs when you bottle services and the girls come out with the Duke song and fire out of the bottles. Oh, it sure does. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go up. Thank you for telling me, LaQuisha, that the audio was messing up. Hold on, let me go down to my comments so I can read what y'all have to say, honey. Because right before Buffy said that, honey, I was really about to go off on Pedro. Retanya said, this is fraud. Pedro should have his green card revoked and he should be deported. Marriage fraud for a green card is a serious crime. But wait a minute, at the end, did y'all see how he tried to grab that box that had the stuff in it? And she was like, no, those are my things. I don't care if she did take his K1 application or whatever it is that she was doing. Sir, you decided to move out. Okay. You decided you didn't want her. So why are you chasing her all around Atlanta and then taking things and being really great? Like, sir, go away. And then when he went to the house, where Thomas was, he was like, I don't have no money for groceries. I don't have no money for nothing. And he was like, oh, well, I heard you guys aren't getting along. I said, I know that's right, honey. I know that's right, honey. That's what you get. Oh, child, that's a whole fool. Forever Brooks said, I'm just a little confused because for 3 seasons, okay, for three, Forever Brooke, we watched him play video games and suddenly now she's not supportive. And then she's the one that bought him the whole video game setup. Now, all of a sudden, you got your two monitors, your headset, and your controller, and not to mention the gaming chair. And let me tell y'all something, that stuff is expensive. Now, all of a sudden, you can't be bothered. If you don't shut the hell up, now all of a sudden she lazy. Pedro, I said good day. And then he gonna gaslight the viewing audience when none of us are dumb. I mean, some people still believe Pedro, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But he was like, I mean, she changed the locks, she take the money. I mean, it's just she never cared for me. That's it. What are you saying? You went to her mom and dad's house and said Chantel was coming to your door crying, holding on to you. So how does she not care about you? She was begging you like Keith Sweat to stay in this marriage, but you didn't want to be bothered. She got two kids. D says, as someone who has been working in emergency radiology, the whole panorama, I am so offended by him calling his nurse, this nurse who is working in healthcare during this time, lazy. I don't give a F if she sleeps all day. I know that's right. Were you out saving lives? Were you risking your own life? Or were you just walking around speaking incoherently and talking about a bunch of nothing? And calling back home to that miserable mama of yours and that long neck sister of yours. What were you doing? Oh, nothing. I ain't think so. Boy, if you don't shut up. Oh, honey, Pedro done pissed me off, child. Mm-mm. I am just done. Hold on, let me go down. These people intro be just too long. Who? Whose intro be just too long? Wait a minute, hold on. My intro be too long? I don't even have an intro, so I don't know if you're talking about me or not, honey. I don't have an intro. I don't have an outro. I get right into it, but I am going to make my Monday Night Live sound exciting because that's what we do here over on the Opinionated channel. I mean, if you've never been over here before, then if you don't like it, then you can go ahead and exit. That's okay. It's not for everybody. Anywho, moving forward. Sydney said, though Pedro is a total douchebag, I don't agree with Chantel's actions. It needs to be amicable. She needs to take her money and he needs to take his and keep it pushing. Sydney, you're absolutely right. But when you are in the throes of something so emotionally taxing and you didn't expect for any of this to happen, we all know divorces get ugly. And we know people react on emotion. And when she was standing in that garage, she said, because you're hurting me, I just want to hurt you back. That's real. And I feel like, for me, I probably would have reacted the same way. He had no problem throwing her to the wolves, just acting like he didn't care nothing about her. Like, so I'm like, what? Star C said intro nor outro. Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? The intros be too long. What intro? Because I played 30 seconds of music? Jog on, honey. If you don't like it, then don't listen to it. Listen, today is not the day. Okay, I'm already heated about Pedro and you coming over here saying things that don't matter. I don't understand how people go onto other people's platforms and just purposely be negative. Aren't you happy to be alive? Do you know what's going on in the world today? Please leave me alone, honey. Gosh. Pat Stone, thank you for the super sticker. Like, we having a good time, honey. We had a birthday celebration, child. Don't nobody want to hear that negativity, child. If you don't like it, then go. I said good day. Okay, anywho. Angel said, my baby and brother are both born on 9/23. Oh, happy birthday coming up. Yes, unwavering faith. She said he took gifts back that he had given to her. And when he picked up them Louis Vuitton shoes, I said, I hope you can take them down to that pawn shop because I think they got a pawn shop like that in Atlanta where you can take, your clothes or gently worn shoes for consignment. Go on down there and hopefully they give you enough to get you a loaf of bread, some eggs, salt, and pepper. Okay. And a case of water. Because I don't care if you ever eat. Go ask your mama, go ask Antonella, honey, ask somebody who cares, because I don't. Sheila said, yeah, he do. She has to fill out that massive amount of paperwork to get him to be allowed to stay in this country. Oh, really? Oh, okay. CB said his new boo called him while he was chasing Chantel. And then this is the crazy part about Antonella. So I don't know if y'all remember that one episode where her husband popped up on the scene. And I'm like, well, why is she riding to work with you if she got a whole man? Like, would he work overnight? Or is he working while she coming to work? Like, what is happening? Why do you have to pick her up if she has a husband? Nothing that y'all saying making sense to me. Nothing at all. Buffy said Thomas was holding that lip so tight. I just knew he was about to lay hands on Pedro. He got the right family. That family was so conservative and nice, honey. Because I can't say the same. I can't say the same about my family. All hell would have broke loose. I'm just telling you right now. It would have been a whole lot of slow singing and flower bringing. And that's because they're unhinged. But see, I know that. So therefore, and thus and such, they know not to come around over there after the damage has been done, honey. Just keep it pushing down I-85. Who rides down I-85 in a big wheel? Shout out to Nene. Forever Brooks said, despite him wanting this divorce, that money was in a joint account. He don't got it like that. I was trying to figure out what business. Maybe when they were saying business account, they were speaking of the show's money. So that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, okay, if this is from what they get from the show, then, half of it is his or whatever. But I mean, she just wanted to stick it to him a little bit. And y'all already know that was Karen's idea. And baby, all of this got Karen written all over it because she was in that confessional and they said, Karen, did you know anything about this? Were you with Chantel? Huh? Baby, if you can you can hear. They said, were you with Chantel when she got that money out? She said, oh, was I with her when she got her own money out of the bank? No, I wasn't with her. I'm like, Karen, you a whole lot, y'all. Lotus said, Nicole and Lydia are going to be lost without their 15 minutes of fame. Because did you see how Lydia, baby, now she got so much zhuzh? Okay. Do y'all see how she wearing her hair? Because let's go back to season one. Child, don't make me pull up some photos. I should have did that. Season one, Lydia, and season four's Lydia is two totally different women. And I'm like, okay, now that he's making money from the show and you guys get whatever stipend you get for appearing and doing absolutely nothing. Cause I'm just saying, y'all, if I had to hear Nicole say she wants to see them divorce papers one more time and Alejandro showing up looking how he looking and they were getting on my nerves. Every time her scenes come on, I go away. Thank you for the super sticker, the ATL Diva. Hold on, there was another super chat and I don't want to miss it. Hold on, let me go up, y'all. Thank you, Leslie B, for the super sticker. Hold on, it was one more. Let me go up. And also, let me block that person that doesn't like intros that don't exist, y'all. Hold on, let me go up. TL, thank you for the super chat. Is his math off? He said that he could have gotten his visa 3 years ago. How? Okay, so you were just as confused as me. Because I'm like, you've only been with Chantel for 5 years. So how could you have gotten the visa? Well, child, unless he was with another woman and could have gotten a visa. I don't know. Veronica said, hey, Veronica. I'm not going to lie. The cold way he has been treating her has been triggering for me. Girl, me too, Veronica. When I tell you, I was looking at that, I was in here talking to this screen the entire time I was watching this episode. And y'all already know I done wrote down my notes getting ready to review Seeking Sister Wife after we get off this live. So not only am I pissed about this, I'm pissed about Seeking Sister Wife. I'm like, baby, TLC got me in a chokehold on Mondays. And honey, I need to be released from these shackles. Tisa said he probably convinced her to buy that house jointly so he could have some assets to take away. Exactly. But did you see in the preview? Karen ignorant. Baby, Karen ignorant. Karen was sitting in that windowsill. He said, where's Chantel? She just looked the other way. I said, Karen, not you in that windowsill. Girl, you play all day, honey. Mm-mm-mm. Acme said, you can get the visa ASAP. After 3 years, you get a green card. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yvette says, Chantel really act like she don't know what she wants. I think she wants her marriage. She said that. She continuously said that. And I have to say that she's been consistent in saying that she wants her marriage. Now, where I think she went wrong is going down there and giving Lydia any leverage. I would have never, but I know she was desperate. I know she was desperate. She wanted to try to get somebody to, talk to Pedro. But what really ticked me off, y'all, is when she went to the DR to confide, okay, and Lydia ran it back to Nicole. Nicole ran it back to that friend, Karaima. Oh, child, I can't stand none of them people. She ran it back to Karaima. She's like, yeah, and she came begging and she wanted to she's saying all kinds of bad things about Pedro. Girl, that's a lie. Okay? That's a lie. She withheld a lot just so that she did not make him look bad. And instead of the mama telling the truth, she made it seem like Pedro was the villain in Chantel's eyes when all Chantel went there for was to say, hey, can you help me with your son? I love your son. I want our marriage. Like, what is wrong with you? Kiki said, and I respect her for that. Me too. Because that was really like a huge step for her, especially how that girl, they done tried to fight this girl, throw bottles at her, fight her mom and them. Like, this just don't make no sense. Mm-mm. No, she ain't never been married, honey. She was running behind the man that was married. Honey, we figured that out last season. Veronica said, yes, Nyan, exactly. All the time to chase her, but none to work on you. Took a whole day and a half. But this is the crazy part about that, though. You gonna take off work to chase her, but you couldn't take off work to feed into your marriage? She was constantly asking him, spend time with me, this and that. Like, can I have to work? I have to work. I have to work. Antonella, okay, you can do all that, but you can't work on your marriage? Like, boy, get lost. The goddess said, yeah, the mama knew what she was doing, running back to tell Pedro. She knew it would light his fire. But it didn't make no sense, though, the goddess, because why on earth would you get upset that I'm trying to be with you? See, that's that pissed off that men get when they don't want to have nothing to do with you and they feel like, you know what, you just keep on, girl. I just don't like you no more. And then you just keep trying and it pushes them further away. That's the space that he was in. Definitely, allegedly. Okay. She said Pedro was definitely cheating, allegedly. Buffy said Pedro and his family gonna regret all this when it's all said and done. They are nothing without Chantel. Nothing. And I don't want to see no spin-offs of them. I'm not interested in Alejandro and Nicole's relationship. It cannot hold my attention for a show. Lydia can just go away expeditiously, honey, however she want to go. Just focus on Chantel and her family and them rebuilding themselves. Now, I did see some people say, well, Pedro made the show. The show would not have been interesting without him. I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. Her family is a cast of characters. And if we delve into it, it could be interesting. So, yes, although Pedro and his family did bring a different aspect to it, I wouldn't say that they're the show, but that's my opinion. Don't care about Nicole and the iguana at all. At all. Okay. Yvette said, I think Pedro is going to get her back. They both need the money. Oh, she better not go back over there, child. Because the next time he leave, but you know what, Yvette? I hope she doesn't go back because he going to be seeking revenge. And that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Mm-mm. Unwavering Faith said, hanging out every night with the coworkers is wrong, especially when your wife is home waiting for you. And after she's been at work, you still out drinking late nights and then coming in and don't want to answer any questions. Child, if you don't go on, honey. Hold on, let me go up so I can get all of your comments. Nyan said, Pedro is mad because Chantel outsmarted him exactly by clearing that bank account. He even said he didn't expect her to be so smart. He definitely did say that. And why wouldn't you expect her to be so smart? See, what pissed me off about him a few seasons ago, though, is y'all remember how he used to downplay her when she couldn't pass those exams when she was trying to graduate nursing school? And he was like, how much longer, Pinky? How much longer is it gonna take? Like, why you know can pass? I don't know why she know can pass. Do you know why she know can pass? Honey, probably because she's trying to sit up here and film the show and be with you. And she got Lydia and Nicole and her mama in winter, spring, summer, and fall, River. It's just too much. Okay. And he used to put her down all the time. And I'm like, Chantel, I was speaking directly to my screen. I said, Chantel, you better watch Pedro because I don't feel like he loves on you the way you love on him, even though people could not see that. And just like Winter said tonight, that was emotional abuse, the way that he was treating her. Nidra says, sounds like Pedro has been waiting on something to go left for him to use that as his get out card. Exactly. But I didn't understand exactly what was going left. Chantel was the same person she was when y'all were in that apartment. But now that you have this big house and you guys look totally different, you've gotten the zhuzh from the show, the notoriety and the fame. Now all of a sudden you want a divorce. Oh, because now you're getting the attention of other women. Nobody will look at Pedro when she got him from from 90 Day Fiance. Let's just be real. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the way that Pedro looks or Chantel, but both of them look totally different than they did on 90 Day Fiance. Pedro used to look scruffy, dingy, like seriously. And now that you have come up and things are looking up, now all of a sudden you want to dip? Oh, okay. Why care so much says, my heart breaks for Chantel. Her love seemed so genuine, but Pedro's seemed fabricated. I know. Just look at her face, man. This really broke my heart. I was like, how dare he? I don't think she knew that emotion was coming. But tonight, when she sat in front of her family and said, "Yeah, and we haven't been having sex for about a year now," the look on River's face when she said that, I'm like, and my mouth was wide open. A year? So you got this beautiful wife and y'all haven't had sex in a year? Okay. Hold on. Let me go on back up, child. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Tisa said, now why is Pedro divorcing Chantel? Because he got everything he needed to get. And they're going to find a way to spin off and get another show with him, Nicole, and Lydia that won't nobody be watching. Honey, some people will be watching, honey, but it won't be me. Private person said, what was odd was how Nicole and Pedro were speaking English during their conversation about his marriage. Yes, did you notice that too? When having in depth, serious chats, you use the language you can express yourself best. Very staged. I hope this ain't no staged mess. That's what I was saying earlier. I feel like, in the beginning, I was like, I'm not buying nothing y'all selling. Okay. Because, first of all, last season, y'all fabricated a whole bunch of mess saying he didn't know his siblings and all this other kind of stuff. So I don't really care what y'all talking about. But then when she broke down like that, I was like, Chantel ain't that good. She's not that good of an actress to break down like that if it's not really real. And quite frankly, when I first heard they were getting a divorce, I was like, that ain't real. Child, they're going to be right back together. It's going to be okay. But then, it was some things being stated like domestic violence and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, what? Oh, baby, he losing his whole mind. Mm-mm. Josephine said, hi, Miss Misha. I'm late, but I'm so excited to finally catch a live. Love your videos. Hey, Josephine. Thank you for joining. Who messing with a 20-year-old? Child, don't tell me Pedro messing with no 20-year-old, honey. That would make sense, though. Went over there and got a bachelor pad and can't fill the refrigerator, honey. But if she 20, she'll eat some Skittles and a Twix, put it on a plate and hand it to her. Says she want to leave your wife, child. Ooh, honey. Princess Di said they had 2 seasons about her siblings and their crazy partners. Miss Karen is a show by herself. Exactly. But y'all know what I was thinking the whole time this was going down? Because I remember when River had a fight with Pedro, and I was like, now why River acting a fool? That's when he had that wild hair. River looking good these days. But that's when he had that hair stand up all over his head. And I was just thinking, see, we need that old River back. Not condoning violence and whatnot, but sometimes you got to put a person over your shoulder. Okay. Cheryl said, I disagree too. With what? What we disagreeing with? Wifey Sloan said, listen, Pedro liked them work pizza parties more than Chantel now. He will be delivering pizzas, pickup or delivery. Child, can you imagine if Pedro came to your door with a pizza piping hot 30 minutes or less? Baby, I slammed that door. I said, good day, honey. No, thank you. I don't want it. Tina Marie said, Pedro brought nothing. But baby, they acting like he the show. Roxy said, Winter out here looking good. Done lost weight and got braces. Oh, she about to be killing it. And her confidence is so much more. And when he came to that house, baby Winter said, you're ruining my day. Okay. I'm about to go to the park. I said, Winter, not you about to go to the park, girl. You better tell him, honey. Tell him how you really feel. Because Winter, she don't really just be piping up. Winter is very sweet, very mild mannered. She sits, she thinks very logically. But baby, when he came to that house, she said, the things that you have been doing, the things that I have been witnessing, okay? And now you're here, you're ruining my day. And he was like, well, I'm talking to Tom. She said, well, I'm talking to my dad. I said, oh, get them together, Winter. Baby, a little bit of Karen came out of him. Karen said, I think Chantel did something. Maybe everything is not being told on the show. What you think she did, Karen? I don't know. I just think he stopped liking her. Men do that all the time, honey. It's a light switch. Just wake up one day and start getting some attention. All of a sudden, you don't want to be bothered. But what he gonna understand is when he get down the road, he gonna realize that she really did care about him, as dysfunctional as their relationship seemed to be. But I don't know. I don't know about that one, Karen. Nisi said, I don't think he necessarily scammed her. I really think he wanted to go to America and lost interest in her. The combination of the two. I agree. With a little bit of scam sprinkled on top for a little razzle dazzle. He's scamming some kind of way, Niecy. I'm sorry. He's scamming. Like, I say, what now? Honey, I feel like he's scamming a little bit. Forever Brooks said River was with it. After that fight, I don't know how that family got to a good spot. I don't know either. I do not know either. Belisha said, I haven't watched it in a minute. Pedro been putting his hands on Chantel. Well, listen, allegedly, that's what the documents are stating. Irreconcilable differences are irretrievably broken, the relationship. And it was cited that she had stolen $265,000, which we saw tonight. And also, she put down that there had been domestic abuse. And I was like, what? Really? Leo said, I bet next season will be their last and it will be the aftermath of that divorce. That's just crazy. And I really like the Family Chantel too. I'm going to miss that show if it is the last season. Mona said, thank you for being a member, Mona. I hope Pedro not cheating. I think he was. He was doing something. He was just too cold. Like when they came from the DR, they literally spoke not one word to each other the entire time. How do you not speak? What? Like I have had some low down men. Okay, let me tell y'all, low down to the ground. But they at least said something to me, like at least one word. Excuse me, is that your bag? Move your feet. Get the hell on. Something. They didn't say anything to each other. I was like, baby, this is awkward. Veronica, my grandmother used to tell me that all the time, honey. I had to learn that the hard way. Veronica said, let this be a lesson to all of us ladies. Never build a man. Okay. And my grandmother always told me, let me tell y'all, this is so true. I don't know if this just happened this way or what. But one day my grandmother told me, never buy a man shoes because he will use them to walk out of your life. So try me being me. I'm like, girl, anywho. So I was dating this guy, and for his birthday, I bought him these shoes that he wanted. Baby, why we broke up like 3 days later? I said, not you using the shoes to walk out my life. Child, he used them shoes and walked the hell up out my life, honey. Oh, honey. I ain't gonna never forget it. Child, I called my grandmother immediately. I said, girl, not the shoes he left to walk out my life. She said, I tried to tell you. I said, you sure did. Baby, from then on, honey, any little thing she tells me, I'm gonna listen. Okay. You got my full attention. Baby, when he put them, laced them up tight on your mark, get set. Baby, he walked out my life 3 days later. Oh, honey. Mm-mm-mm. And it wasn't even, we didn't even have no argument or nothing. He was just like, I can't do this no more. What? Not after I spent $250 on them shoes. Bruh. When I tell y'all I called my grandma so good, honey, I couldn't even call her. Girl, I couldn't even push the numbers good. Child, I just pushed one and hoped it called her, honey. And she answered that phone. Hello. I said, Grandma, you was right. You used them shoes to walk out my life. Oh, child. I was hollering. When I tell y'all I fell out, Bretonia said, never buy a man a watch. It means his time is up. I did that one too, and I ain't never heard this. I gave that ex a watch. And baby, 5432, your time is up, honey. It was done. Oh, child, when I tell y'all I hollered so good into that phone, she told me, straighten yourself up. My grandmother, she is loving, but at the same time, she'll give you some tough love. She was like, straighten yourself up. I told you, you knew damn well not to buy him no shoes. And what size he wore anyway? Not you trying to see what size shoe he wore. I was like, he wore 12 and a half. She was like, oh, girl, where you find shoes that big? She was going into stuff that didn't even matter. I'm like, Grandma, it doesn't matter, okay? I ordered them offline. The fact of the matter is, you was right and he left me. Oh, child. Mm. Rashida said, my granny said that, and to never buy a man a watch because the time will run out. I ain't never heard this stuff till she told me that. Judy, thank you for becoming a member. When I tell y'all I was hollering, and now she trying to figure out his shoe size off fast self. And I told her that too. I said, you just fast, worrying about that man's shoe size. Acme said, I just don't buy him nothing. Acme said, you get nothing. She said, I just don't buy him nothing. You get cookies for your birthday. Girl, I ain't gonna even get them cookies from here on out. You don't get nothing from me, child. Not nothing. And then he done bought Chantel the shoes and then took them back. I'm like, y'all a mess. Tana Moore said, I was taught as a young child too. Yep, don't buy shoes and watch. I ain't never heard the watches, child. But now it all makes sense. Because I gave a man a watch and our time was up. This is literally crazy. The things that really be for real. Nikki said, the boss is Laura. It's either Laura or Antonella. I'm thinking it's Antonella. No, Laura is the boss. And I think that something might be going on with them because I don't like the way she took up for Pedro when clearly he was in the wrong. Like, what? She was like, yeah, I don't like how she came to the event. I don't like how she showed up to the restaurant. Ma'am, I'm gonna show up to the restaurant, to the job, outside the job. I'm gonna show up wherever my husband gonna be. Why? Because he's my husband. She didn't show up to your place of employment making a scene. She showed up to where he was because he never asked her to hang out. So she wanted to see, hey, what is all doing? Why come I can never come with you? And then you gonna take up for child, please. Been named Icy, but he didn't tell Chantel he was going to seek a lawyer to figure out his options. I'm glad Chantel took the money. She doesn't have to be the only one in pain. Because you know he was going to clean that thing out. When he went to see that lawyer, it was over. I knew right then that it was about to be a fool. And now he back in that lawyer's office getting ready to start some mess. Oh, child. This is going to be crazy. Exactly. Hold on. Somebody said Antonella is too personal for me. She sure is. And baby, she calling at every corner. Baby, if you closed on the deal, call your husband. Congratulations. Why you keep calling Pedro? I ain't never seen no realtor that needs to call the other realtor to talk about the house that you just closed on. Honey, is it your deal or did y'all close it together? Like, girl, goodbye. Shay said, I don't financially invest unless we are in a relationship and he has to initiate it with investing in himself. Well, investing in you first. Personally, I need the man to initiate with consistently leading first. I respect that. Now that I'm older, I understand that. But child, when that man took them shoes, honey. Mm. Faber Brooks says something is up with them. There's a picture of them together. Wait a minute. A picture of who together? Pedro and Chantel, Pedro and Antonella, or Pedro and Laura? And it's so funny that he done turned them comments off on Instagram. Why are you turning the comments off? Tina Marie said the wife is welcome wherever her husband is. That's what I thought. Honey, but not according to her. I'm like, girl, if you don't go away, I'll go wherever I want. Grand Landor said he obviously does not know how a joint account works. She can take everything out. Now, him taking her property, that's theft. Is it? Because let me tell you something, in Texas, they can take anything from you. That ex can literally come in here right now and clean my entire apartment out because our divorce is not final. Texas is really child. Oh, honey, don't get me started. We don't have any kind of security whatsoever. Leo Line said, I bet Queen Karen said, oh, heck no. Let's head to the bank. I can just hear. Oh, child. Yes, yes, Leah said, hey, y'all, my grandma always said, never tell a man you're leaving. Just let him look up and you gone. Or as Misha say, let him be looking for you in the daytime with a flashlight. I know that's right, honey. I will definitely pack up on you in a minute. But half the time I was in danger, child. So I was running for fear of my life. But I will pack up and act like you never existed. And that's just that on that. Wifey Sloan said, girl, I wish someone would ask me why I'm doing something when it comes to my husband. We are one. So I am him and he is me. That's common sense. And when she said that, I was like, okay, I'm giving you the side eye. Girl, my face was so scrunched up looking at that screen. I said, okay, she gonna have me in need of Botox. Ma'am, please shut up. Cheryl said Pedro wanted to tell Chantel he filed for divorce. She already knew. That's exactly what I was thinking as I was watching. I'm like, he's talking about, I just want to tell her for myself that I filed for divorce. Sir, you just want to stick the knife in a little bit further and twist it. She got it. She got it the first time you said it. She got it the second time you said it. And she got it when you came and got aggressive with that paperwork. She got it. Okay. But what I did appreciate and what I liked is that she got up and helped him move his stuff. She said, you know what? Let me help you get your okay? Since you want to go, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. Even though I know she wasn't feeling like that, she helped him move. Now, see me, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, honey. Back in the day, not today's day, because I'm a whole different woman, I would have been in the fetal position, child. I cannot believe this is happening to me. I would have been somewhere crying. It ain't no way I could, and I couldn't even look in the general direction of him moving because my nervous system would have been shot. But the fact that she got up and helped him, I was like, "You go, Chantel. I am here for it." Ben named Icy said, "No help from me." No, that's right. Brandy said, "This episode was so good. Girl, wasn't it good? I can't wait until next week. Less of Pedro, mama, and sister, the better." They can just cut them out altogether. Every time they show them, I go get a refreshing beverage, honey. I don't want to hear nothing they got to say. It's the same stuff. Girl, why is Alejandro chasing you around the DR? Like, what? Girl, I don't care. I just really don't care about y'all. Keisha said, "Misha, I had to turn this review on. Hard day, and your reviews and story times always make me laugh." Hey, Keisha, I hope you have a better day. Child, that was me yesterday. Everything was falling apart. Do y'all hear me? When I say everything. Nikki said, "Who needs a man who doesn't want you? Just no, honey, immediately no." And she finally just was like, "You know what? You don't want me, then fine. Bye. Let me help you." But then when she got in the garage, she was like, "I really cannot believe this is happening." I was like, "Stay strong, Chantel. Stay strong." Kiki said, "Girl, them co-workers was a hot mess. It would have been some bows being thrown if Miss Karen was there." Oh, Miss Karen would have got them all the way together. And I love how Thomas just sits there and says, "Absolutely not." I didn't even know Thomas had a throat box. When I said, "Is Thomas ever gonna speak?" Honey, I didn't even know he had vocal cords. Karen gonna do all the talking, and Thomas is gonna sit there and nod and smile. Honey, as he should, because Karen is the brains of the operation. I said, "Baby, this is a whole fool." Forever Brooks said, "Alejandro with his perfume type." That mama hate that perfume. Lydia was like, "His perfume stinks." I'm like, "Girl, not his perfume, honey. Is it cologne or is it perfume?" Tight pants and his dress shirts in 80 plus degree weather. Child, that's why Pedro wrestled him to the ground in New York. Unwavering Faith said, "Exactly. Pedro, mom, and sister are sad examples of family. And I do not like how they, even though this girl went there to try to get help, she still wanted to be dirty and nasty and still wanted to try to find a way to plot and scheme to hurt her." And I do not know what Nicole keeps talking about when she keeps saying she treated Pedro so bad. She treated him terrible. I'm like, what season was this? Now, granted, she would be like, questioning him from time to time. And yeah, that has occurred. But I have to say, she was being very respectful of her marriage because when Karen first asked her about the situation and what she was going through, she was like, "No, boundaries. Okay. Nothing is going on. What's happening in my marriage needs to stay in my home." And I was like, "Dang, that's very mature of Chantel. Very mature." But then I guess when she couldn't take it anymore and she needed some support, she went to tell him. And I was like, you know what? The fact that she was being very respectful of him not being judged, because she even stated, she said, "Listen, I don't want to tell them what's going on because if we make up, they're going to still be mad." And I was like, you know what? Girl, you're right. And they really don't halfway like him no way. So that makes sense. Release me, Alejandro cowering over. They was rolling around on that dirty New York street, honey. The cabs were whizzing by. "Release me, release me." Oh, child. Family Chantel is so good, honey. I don't care what nobody say. People be like, "Oh, I can't get into that show." Honey, I don't know why. Maybe that show is good to me. Golden0630 said, "Lydia is not happy with anyone her kids are with. The same energy she has for Chantel, she has for Alejandro." That's true. I said the exact same thing. She just wants them to be miserable, alone, and all three of them live in a house, and preferably in America. I'm trying, and they ain't fooling me. Allegedly. Tilly says Chantel was using her phone to transfer the money when Pedro was moving. Then she helped him moving out. I was thinking that's what she was doing too. I was thinking that when I thought back to her actually taking that money, I was like, well, she had that phone in the garage. I bet she was transferring that money. Because when she asked him, "So what are we gonna do? Like, how are you paying for this place?" And he was like, I paid for it with the money. And she was like, "What money?" And he said, "We're going to do everything 50-50." She said, "And how long is that going to last?" He said, "Until I get a divorce." And she said, "And when is that going to be?" I don't answer no question. I don't want to answer no question. Okay, well, listen, sir. Okay. If I'm going to get an answer, I mean, if you're going to move out, I'm going to need some answers. How did you pay for this? And then she told the family that he took $5,000 and she thought he was buying jet skis. She didn't ask any questions about the money. So now you mad? That's when she knew that he was going to clean her out. Because if you will take $5,000 and not say nothing, You don't care about me. You don't love me. You left me here. I mean, of course, she can pay the mortgage by herself, but come on now. Kiki said, Lydia is miserable and misery loves company. Exactly. TG said, I may have missed this. In tonight's episode, Pedro was chasing her for money from the joint account. Does he not? My sister said the same thing. She was like, does he not have a single account? Why are you chasing her for the joint account? That means he was going to clean it out. I'm like, girl, jinkies. Girl, we have cracked the case. And he would have got away with it too if it wasn't for Karen and her meddling ways. Baby, Karen gonna make sure that money go where that money needs to go. That is so true, TG. That just lets you know, that further lets you know that he was gonna clean it out. Because why you over there getting some money? For what? And why you saying you don't have no money to pay for groceries? So you were paying for expenses out of that business account? Because it's just not, it's not, the math is not mathy. I don't have no money. I don't have no money for groceries. I don't have no money for this. Okay, cry me a river. What you want me to do? What you want me to do about it? I was screaming at the screen, and you shouldn't, mother. I mean, I was baby, this was triggering for me. I was hollering at that screen, okay? Cheryl said, Nicole is mad at Chantel because she wouldn't let Pedro send Nicole all her money. Pedro wasn't working. You know what? That sound about right. That show sound about right. I know they were getting money from the show, but the three of them had this planned all along, and they're not fooling me. This was all a plot and a scheme. Like, come on now. Tanisha said, right, you closed on 5 houses 5 episodes ago. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where's that money? Because he was talking about how he was closing all those deals. Where's the money? But see, he didn't think this through. He let Lydia light a fire under him. And he didn't realize that Karen is the queen of playing games. If you want to go, then we can go. See, Lydia, she might seem a little bit more intimidating than Karen, but Karen is the one you really have to watch because she don't play about her kids. And she will make sure all she does is sit there and research, honey, and wear her black belt and do karate, okay, and play her piano. And she gonna get to the bottom of it. Child, she gonna get to the bottom of it. V. Taylor said, I can't wait for reality to slap him, but good. He had a good woman who loved him when he didn't deserve to be loved. I hope she never looks back. Girl, word on the curb is that she's dating Rich Dollars. I was like, baby, please not Richie D. Honey, not a member of the Creep Squad. They ain't got nobody else down there in Atlanta. Oh, child. I was like, oh, honey. Oh, girl, please don't do that. I hope not. Sheila said when he met with the attorney, she told him $5,000 will. Girl, Sheila, when I tell you my damn mouth is open, you are so right. Girl, that's what a $5,000. See, this is what I'm saying, y'all. This is why we had to come and talk about this. Because I didn't even think about that. The $5,000 definitely did retain that lawyer. He a sneaky lowdown boy. He was going to clean her out. I'm glad she got her money, honey. Move your money, honey. I'm not mad at her at all. Now, some people can be like, well, that wasn't right. Share. No. Okay, right now, no. When he start acting like he got some sense, then maybe. Okay, I'm going to let the court tell me what kind of money I'm supposed to give him. How much money? Oh, $100. Okay, there you go. Because as of right now, I wouldn't give him nothing. Child, I know it's not right, but it's okay. In the illustrious words of Whitney Houston, honey, it's not right, but it's okay. Sheila, girl, my mouth is open. Girl, that $5,000 was definitely for that lawyer. Child, we done cracked the case. Poor Chantel didn't even know. Oh, honey. Honey said he can't believe she swiped that control right out of his hands. Yeah, because you see how cocky he was when he rolled up with that U-Haul to pack those 3 boxes. I said, boy, not you and this stupid U-Haul to pack these 4 boxes. I was like, okay, honey, boy, get lost. Zandria said, Misha, remember Obed? His friend told Chantel it was a scam. He sure did. And it was a whole fool about that. And you know what? Obed just did an interview with somebody, and I meant to look at it. He was giving his 2 cents about what he feels about them, potentially divorcing. I hope it ain't no potential, honey. I hope it is divorcing. There are 491 of you on this impromptu Family Chantel Live. We are just simply discussing the season. If you're new here, then welcome. We just get together for, unorganized chaos sometimes, and we speak our speech and have a good time in the chat. It's very respectful, very upbeat. We have a good time. So I hope you're enjoying it. Please like the live, if you ain't doing nothing else. And we probably gonna be on here like another 30 minutes because I still have to do Seeking Sister Wife. And baby, I got some things to say about Danielle thinking it's okay for Nick to sit down and read and write. Girl, he loves to read and write. And so do all of the people in the schoolhouse. Girl, goodbye. Nyan said, it's funny how Pedro wants his independence, yet he can't buy groceries and pay for his apartment without Chantel's money. Shaking my head. Girl, please say it again for the people in the back. You want to be so independent, Destiny's Child, but you ain't got no money. Honey, you're giving scrubs. Like, what is wrong with you? You're giving TLC, honey. Ain't nobody got time to play with you. Hold on. Cheryl said, yep, Obed tried to tell Chantel the whole family, we're scammers. He sure did. Oh, honey, that old bed was messy. You know what I mean? Dr. Ivy Pearl said, I don't join anything with anyone, especially my hard-earned money. Me either. Me either, honey. We're going to have to stay separate. Let me tell you something. That ex tried to get me, y'all. I remember I was just, getting off work one day, and he just randomly called me and was like, what's your social security number? I said, what? I'm about to file my taxes. I said, we will go to file your taxes. Baby, I'm not giving you my social security number. And people were like, well, that's your husband. I'm going to tell you like this. Everybody's your husband and everything, honey, until it's time for Mad Day. I don't want my social floating around with you. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm not joining no accounts. I'm not doing none of that. I feel like we should be separate. Now, everybody has a difference of opinion when it comes to that. Some people enjoy a joint account. Me, no. No. Because I had a very bad experience with that. You know what? That's a story time. I think I can share that story time. I'm gonna have to tell y'all about that. Forever Brooks said, oh boy, Nick be reading and then suddenly wants to use the words he learned in every sentence. Girl, them old overly filled fluff words he be using. I'm like, please shut up. And Danielle has been brainwashed into believing that this cult that she is joining is a loving relationship, talking about the big custom bed they're gonna have built. And child, it's just crazy. Tanisha says Chantel paid for him to come, paid for everything until he received a working visa. Then he worked and helped. Chantel is owed the money. Oh, Tanisha, and don't forget he didn't even know how to drive. Okay? He didn't even know how to drive when he first made it here. Then as soon as he got a little bit of something, he didn't want to be bothered. As soon as. Like, TG said Pedro tried to tell Chantel's dad that he could have had his citizenship years ago. Her dad was like, you just talked to a lawyer? Baby, Thomas was not here for the mess. And baby, Winter Show wasn't here for the mess. She was like, sir, if you don't get off our yard. And look, I was being so petty, y'all, when the episode was on, when Pedro was walking across the grass, I was like, and get off the grass. Child, I hate when people walk across the grass. Honey, killing my grass. He was walking. I said, oh, child, I'm real mad, honey. I'm being petty about the grass. Hold on. Tina Marie said, if he gets back with Chantel, it's only to get the money back. He would use her like that too. I don't think she gonna get back with him. Karen will not allow it. Okay, she will not allow it. Let me ask y'all a question because I be saying this sometimes and I don't know if I'm right. Y'all tell me if y'all think I'm right. Don't y'all think that Karen probably looked just like Chantel when she was younger? I'm talking about shape wise and everything else. Because when I see Karen, I automatically think about Chantel. Y'all tell me if I'm alone in that. I feel like she looked just like Chantel. Measy said, hey, Measy. He was complaining about not having any money for food, but was driving all around Atlanta with these gas prices. I said that too. I said, sir, do you have money for gas? Because you're talking about you ain't got no money for, but production probably paid for him to go on that wild goose chase. How much you need? Oh, you need to be filled up? Okay, we got you. We're not going to feed you, but we're going to put some gas in your car so we can get some film. They probably paid for him to run around and be foolish. Okay, so see y'all with me. Golden said, I think so too. Acme said, yes, they are twins. See, okay, because I was like, I feel like this is how Karen used to look. Not saying Karen is not still a beautiful woman, but as we age and we have our children and she's a grandmother now, child, that's the only marriage that's hanging on is that other brother. Baby, he's something else. Child, that boy there is something else. Do y'all hear me? But okay. So are y'all thinking the same thing I'm thinking? Because every time I watch it, I don't have anybody to talk to it, talk to about it because nobody else really just watches the Family Chantel like I do. So one day I was just watching it and I was like, I wonder if Karen used to look like Chantel because to me, I can see them looking just alike, and that's her when she gets older, and that's her when she was younger. Hold on, let me go down to the comments. Karen said, I thought the 5K was the first and last month's rent payment on his new apartment. That could be it too, Karen. It could go so many different ways. It could be that, or it could be the retainer fee. Gloria said, on a side note, y'all remember when Pedro took the unboxed 60-inch TV to the UPS store to send to the DR? Mm-hmm. She said, I knew then he had 0 cents. Child, I just want him to lick his lips when he talking. Child, I get so tired of seeing them dry lips and him talking. Or she took it and she just doesn't like me. I get it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. It's just she just doesn't like me. That's it. I'm like, Pedro, shut up. Just shut up and lick your lips, sir. Gosh. Leo Lyon said, my coworker and I have seen a few comments saying that they don't think Thomas is her dad. Let me think about this. Nah, that's her daddy. That's her daddy. But then again, Winter and River and the other one, honey, I forgot his name. They all do look just like Thomas. But then she just looks just like Karen. I think that's her dad. I think that's her dad. Shay said, I think they were together for more than 5 years. I think about 6 to 7. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Shay said no. No, what? It's not her dad or it is her dad. Or you don't think that Karen looks like Chantel. She does have nice hair. You're right. Acme said, "Yeah, they do look alike, look like a different sort of mix." The kids or Chantel and her mom? Alkali said, "Wait, why is Misha doing live for this show? She's never reviewed before." I had to talk to somebody. They running me crazy. The Family Chantel is my show, and I had to talk to somebody. And clearly, y'all are my people because 481 of y'all just came out of nowhere. Child, we getting into it. Belicious said, that's her dad. The others look like their dad, and Chantel looks like her mom. That's what I think too. Cola, girl, when I saw that he was rapping, I said, not the music career. She got 2 kids, D, but isn't the brother the older brother? And he looks just like the dad. So I'm sure that's her bio dad. And you know what was so crazy? Before I saw the older brother, I assumed that Chantel was the oldest. And I'm like, oh, okay, she's not even the oldest child. Well, you could have fooled me. That's definitely her daddy. Tanisha said, because the oldest brother looks just like the dad. Chantel is the only, yeah, she is the one that looks a little different, but she looks like her mom. Karen, let me find out. Allegedly. No, I'm just kidding, girl. I don't want you to take down my video, honey. I want no problems with Karen. Karen. Child, That's his name, Forever Brook. Thank you. Royal. Royal. That's his name. I feel like Winter and River are the most sane people in the family. Child, because the rest of them, child, I don't know what be going on. I really don't. Hold on, let me go up. Veronica said, Pedro is not bright. He ain't bright in Spanish either. Believe me. He ain't, Veronica. And child, he act like he's nuts. Especially these past few episodes. Gloria said, Royal is the oldest child. Yeah, I keep forgetting his name because we never see him, and especially after he came on that one season, honey, and turned up and then went on about his business. Royal is the oldest child. I think Chantel likes to vacation at the beach and has a constant sun-kissed tan. Tanisha says she looks like her mom. I think Thomas is the papa. I think he is too. Child, anybody else gonna be putting up with Karen? Hold on, let me go. I could not think of her brother's name to save my life. Thank y'all, because even before I got on the live, I was just like, what is the brother's name? Because I know they just had a baby. Royal. That is his name. Private person said Royal is smart to set boundaries with his family and protect his nuclear family from TLC. I don't blame him. Did y'all remember? Do y'all remember the episode where Karen went to the grass and she was trying to go and see Royal and the family because they wouldn't answer the phone, and she was like, "Y'all can't go in with me. Royal doesn't want to see me." I'm like, poor Karen. Oh, honey. When Karen tries to speak that Spanglish, when I tell y'all I holler every time, and she be so serious. Chantel's esposo is being a scammo. Okay. I'm like, Karen, Karen, shut the hell up. Oh, Karen be having me hollering. Not the esposo is being a scammo. Oh, honey, she gonna put an A and an O at the end of everything. The art, okay, when you were playing a video game mode, Pedro, it was a scammo. I have been reading about it. I'm like, oh Lord. Karen been reading, honey. She hell on wheels, honey. Hey, Sean. Royal was a little tick tick boom though. Okay. Okay, I'm glad it ain't just me. Roy was nuts. Okay, I don't know if he was he in the military because he seemed like he was a little bit. And that wife of his, she a scam artist as well. Okay, but she just gonna stick beside him. And baby, they ain't fooling me because remember the whole Facebook scam? She was supposed to be the aunt, or the aunt was really the mom, or whatever they was doing with that Facebook. And the post came out that it was really Antoinette behind the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, so she might be a scammer as well. And that's what it's looking like to me. Erica said, Pedro is not attractive. Chantel knows she can do better than him in Rich Dollars. Creep Squad, yuck. Now I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes when Pedro get himself together, he's a very attractive man. But here lately, he just been looking disgusting and just scruffy. Cause like seriously, when you treat somebody like how he's doing Chantel, you're ugly on the inside and outside. Baby Tricia said, yeah, he was in the military. Oh, okay. I thought so. Because I remember he was doing all that drinking and then he got into it and then he locked him in the room or something. And I was like, hold on, Royal. Slow down, low down. Like, it's going to be all right. Sean said, Mi llamo Sean and I love this show. Oh, that's exactly how Karen be speaking. Oh, honey. And this is why I think that Karen was Chantel back in the day. Because Chantel talks low and slow, just like Karen. I'm like, why do y'all speak like this? I didn't understand when I went to the DR to see Lydia that she would actually open the door, but it went better than I expected. I'm like, okay, 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 Chantel. Oh, girl, honey, please speed it up. But then when Winter speaks, she's just like, I think he's emotionally abusing Chantel. I'm like, oh, finally, honey. I thought, oh. And then Karen does the same thing. No, we don't know if he loves her, but we will soon find out, won't we? Karen, shut up. Karen, shut up. Oh, when I tell y'all I love that show. Mm-mm-mm. Baby, didn't he? Listen, I said this at the beginning of the live, Z, that Drake slid into Chantel's DMs. Child, not Drake watching the Family Chantal. I knew I love me some Drake. Drake is my kind of man, honey. Now we can sit down and watch the Family Chantal. Sheila said, it sounds like they are reading off cue cards. Yes. I'm like, why do y'all speak this way? This is craziness. Mm-mm-mm. Make it make sense, said Pedro think he's doing something with that job. He needs a lot more money to live in Atlanta. He sure do. He gonna see. And baby, that money in the real estate industry is not consistent. He gonna be back at that warehouse and back knocking on that door, trying to get back with Chantel. And she better not answer. She better not. Sean said, every time they say the DR, my ex-wife was Dominican and it used to drive her crazy. Sean, the way they be saying that, I'm ready for a showdown between Lydia and Karen, honey. They're going to be at the divorce court acting a fool. Chantel, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Do not take your mama down to that courthouse when it's time for y'all to go into whatever y'all going to go into, honey. Because Karen going to turn that place out. Yvette said, a show like Chantel would be better than mass people sleeping on this show. Exactly. I'm like, what don't y'all like about it? I think you have to be a 90 Day Fiance fan to like the Family Chantal? Because it's along the same, I don't know. Maybe that's it. Or a TLC fan in general. Because a lot of people don't watch TLC, but a lot of us do. Me, I'm watching every channel, honey. Pour me in the direction of the good show, and I'm gonna watch it. I don't care what it's on. It could be on the girl, because I love me some ID channel. Okay, the ID channel. It could be on PBS. If it's good, I'm watching it, and that's just that on that. Cola said, I was never a 90 Day fan, but I like this show. Yes, it's good. But see, I wasn't a 90 Day fan at first either. But then when I started watching the Family Chantel, I was like, what is the backstory? Then I went back and watched 90 Day Fiance, and I was hooked. And baby, they be cutting up over there. Keisha said, were you surprised Lydia actually sat down to talk to Chantel somewhat nicely? Keisha, let me tell you why I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised because number one, everything Lydia does is very, very calculated. Everything she does. Number two, I had a mother in law just like her. And what they do is they use everything you say and they take it and spin it. And that's exactly what she did. So when she sat down to have a talk with her, she was hoping that Chantel was going to say, we're getting divorced or we're doing this or we're doing that. But she played it cool. And then when Chantel gave her those glasses, she really was like, oh, okay, well, I'll talk to him for you. And then turned right around 2 seconds later and called this boy on the phone and told him, guess who's here? Chantel. And I'm like, why are you flying to the DR? What is it that you are afraid that she's going to tell your mama you got to come all the way back to the. And what kind of frequent flyer miles do y'all have? Honey, y'all coming to the DR like it's a weekend trip down the street. I was like, mm-mm. Yes, make it make sense that Lydia is a snake. Yes, she is. Baby Trisha said, no, Lydia is manipulative and conniving. She is. I knew she was going to sit down with her because she was going to use it and take it and spin it just like she did. Hold on, let me go. Beth said Lydia is happy they're breaking up. So why fuss with Chantel? Period. Okay. Exactly, Beth. She is so over the moon. And they're just like rejoicing in the fact that Pedro is about to get this divorce. Do y'all really know what this means? This means no more watching you and oh, what's his name? Run around the DR and pretend like, y'all are not getting together or y'all are together or whatever it is. You're going to be done. And judging from the Twitter, okay, the people on the Twitter have spoken. And I saw 1,000,001 tweets tonight that said, we don't want them. Okay, TLC, we don't want them. They're boring. Because really, Chantel and Pedro were the show. So why would we sit up and watch you? I don't care about Alejandro. Is it just me? I can't stand when those parts come on. I'm like, and sometimes they be giving them real long segments too. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I don't care about you being in a pageant. I don't care about you at your job. I don't care about you getting your boobs there. I don't care. And then you're like, oh yeah, what did she say? Somebody said she's trying to look like Chantel or Chantel is trying to look like her. And I'm like, why would Chantel want to look like Nicole? Like both of them are pretty ladies, don't get me wrong, but what? Like some people say any old thing, child. Cola said, I can't stand that corny couple. Me either. Hey, Munchkin. She said, no, they think they're going to get a show. They sure do. I hope they don't get no show. TLC, I'm speaking directly to y'all, honey. Okay? Because the producers are regular people just like you and me. And they be, scouring the YouTube streets, trying to figure out what I was doing and who's talking. And we don't want it. Okay, well, I don't want it. I'm not going to speak for everybody. I don't want to see Lydia. I never want to see Nicole ever again. I don't want to see Alejandro and all of his 50 different hairstyles on one head. I don't want to see it. Thank you very much. Signed, management, honey. Absolutely not. Hold on. I got into what you would call an entanglement. Oh, I love this name. I can't deal with Nicole and her recess jaw. Honey, I can't stand Nicole because she just has this vitriol for for like Chantel for no reason. Like, why are you so mad at this girl? This is your brother, right? Or is this your man? Like, girl, what is wrong with you? Cameron Kisses said, I wanted so much more for Chantel. That weirdo been holding her back for years. And yes, I skipped right through the Nicole scenes of it all. Me too. I can't stand to see them coming. He sure is, baby Trisha. She said Alejandro is another scammer, ain't he? No, baby, they ain't ready for that conversation. He a good old scammer. But Lydia know. See, Lydia know that he's a scammer, just like the scammer she sent down here to be with Chantel and her family. She done raised the scammer. That's why she don't like him. Like, if y'all don't go, honey. Princess Di said Nicole has been trying to look like Chantel. She got her chin done, her boobs done, and now her hair is like Chantel's. Yes. And hasn't switched it up yet. Still looking like a little peacock. Okay, hold on. Let me go up. Sean Unfiltered said they'll probably get a spinoff. It will be all about the divorce and be life after Family Chantel. TLC, I want my money. Not you giving him a title. It's gonna be chasing Chantel, honey, because he gonna have to chase her because she sure ain't gonna look back, especially after she sees the support that she's getting from the fans. Stay tuned. Review says should Chantel join Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? When I tell y'all, I would personally try to figure out how to get Mona Scott's number. I don't ever want to see it. Can you imagine Karen and Mama D on the? Okay, I'm done. Baby, Mama D will be hollering about the palace, and Karen will be hollering about the black belts she got. Oh no, ma'am, honey. Stay tuned. Reviews. I said good day, honey. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, listen, my heart broke when Chantel broke down in tears. But baby, next week, Chantel is Karen's daughter, taking all the money. Listen, we already just went over this. Look at this picture. Y'all can't tell me that ain't real. Look how hurt this woman looks. He is a real scumbag. I understand sometimes you fall out of love and maybe, things don't work out and sometimes it's not your forever person, but you can still be kind, man. And she was saying she was like begging at his door and crying and scratching at his door. Uh-uh. Girl, uh-uh. I've been there, honey. Sometimes your emotions take over, so I'm not gonna judge her. But when she started saying, he told me that. He told me he was never going. He told me that. I was like, it's okay. Oh, honey, that was too much for me. I started crying, honey. I said, oh, honey, it's okay. Miss Brown Sugar said, I'm not going to call Pedro a scammer. He had to put up with Chantel's rude family for years. I think he's just fickle, like many men who suddenly find themselves with extra attention. I said that too. I feel like he's gotten the zhuzh, and now his family is telling him it's time to move on. So yeah, but I still think he got a little bit of scammer in him. He ain't completely innocent. See, Pedro is the type that is a little bit confusing because yes, her family is so much, but look at his family. His family is like it's a darkness about them. It's one thing for Karen and Thomas to want to protect their children, and it's like they're overbearing, but it seems loving. It's not an overbearing where you're like, ooh, those people are trying to do something bad to me. Nicole and Lydia, child, I wouldn't eat nothing they ever offered me. I wouldn't step foot over their threshold. I wouldn't trust nothing they ever said to me. I would never take their calls. They're evil, allegedly. Steph said, Misha, do you think ooh, not do I think Alejandro is fine? Oh no, ma'am, honey. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. From the haircut to the skinny jeans. Nope. Mm-mm. Caparo said, and to think, Nicole actually thought she would win Miss Dominican Republic, not with that nasty attitude. Yeah, I kind of felt bad for her on that episode because she really wanted to make them proud. That was during the time when Pedro and her weren't speaking, and she was so sad that he wasn't there. And I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad for child. My friends used to tell me this all the time. Girl, you always feeling bad for somebody. I don't know. I just felt bad for her in that moment. But her attitude is stank. Hold on, let me go up. Good night, Zandria. We're getting off in 10 minutes. Forever Brooks said Lydia showed her hand last season when she basically told Pedro to get over it and was not supportive in his fake quest to find his dad. She sure did. She was very hardened toward him. And I was like, what is the problem, ma'am? This is your son. But honey, she probably knew it was all a lie and the truth wasn't in it. So she was like, Charlie, I ain't about to help you pretend to find your daddy. You know your daddy's not. But then when they went to like, not the village, child, I was going to say the village, but when they went to his grandmother's house and all the women there were all, you know, people who had been with married men, I was like, what is going on here? Scorpio Mama said, Laugh out loud. Remember that episode when Lydia offered them chicken feet? I remember that. Let me tell you something. It ain't no way that I could stomach and or be around anything that Lydia would offer to me. Child, and you know they be doing stuff with them chicken feet, honey. No, no, ma'am. Cheryl said, nope. I didn't feel bad for Nicole with her mean self. I felt bad for her. She was just standing there looking crazy in that dress. Blessed with Jess said, Nicole is annoying and insufferable. Lydia does have dark energy. They do. It's like, what is wrong with y'all? It's like every time I see, and she's breeding and grooming Nicole to be just like her. Okay, because Nicole has that same nasty attitude. And every time I see Lydia speak anything about Chantel and her family, it just gives me darkness. And I'm like, what's going on with you? Uh-uh. Exactly, S. She said those chicken feet were the beginning of the end. If you know, you know. Okay. And that's the truth, Ruth. Hold on, let me go up. Princess Di said, y'all so crazy. Princess Di said, I didn't feel bad for her. I cackled during that whole segment. Oh, child, y'all crazy. Mm-mm-mm. I be feeling bad for the people. I'm like, oh, poor girl. She didn't win. All the family standing there looking how the family was looking. Sheila said Nicole came in 10th out of 15 women in the pageant. Did she? Child, I didn't know she was that far down. Oh, honey, she might should have had a V8 and stayed at the house. Yvette said, at the beginning, I was on Pedro's side, but as the show goes on, I'm Team Chantel. Yeah, in the beginning, like the beginning seasons, when Karen and were being like, they were just being team too much. And I was like, dang, I don't see how Pedro can put up with them people. But now that I'm seeing it all play out, I'm like, maybe I was wrong. Okay, maybe he hid it a little bit better. And his family ain't no better. Shay said, and the way that Lydia was body shaming the other pageant contestants having more shape than Nicole. Yes. Yes, girl. Just looking down on them for having more hips and booty. She's a piece of work. Yeah, she was like, oh, yeah, and they were big and they were this and they were that. I'm like, what are you talking about? You do know this is not the early 90s where everybody wanted the women straight up and down. Like, what? Girl, if you don't get out of here, honey, like, what is wrong with you? Been named Icy said a couple episodes ago when Lydia was telling her about her encounter with Chantel and Pedro at the restaurant, I thought for a second Nicole had some remorse for Chantel. I was wrong. She will never have remorse for Chantel. For some reason, she cannot stand her. And it's given, I'm jealous of you just by looking at you. You know how some women, it's just like they just see you and just automatically don't like you. Girl, what did I do to you? All I did was love your brother, brought him over here. I can't control what my family does. But at the same time, I've never done anything outside of love your brother. So why don't you like me? It's giving confusion. Say it again, Sherry or Cherie. I want to make sure I say it right. Quiet as it's kept, Nicole wants to be Chantel so bad. And it ain't gonna happen, Captain. Okay. Oh, Haitian Red Bone, please don't get me started. She said, I'm over Pedro and Martell. Do y'all see how Martell's showing his it's all over the internet? Baby, they are playing on Beyonce's internet. Oh, honey. Mm-mm-mm. Asia said, sorry, I never thought their love was real. The moment I saw Pedro and that demonic family, I knew. Yeah. I was holding out hope, though. I really thought that he cared for Chantel. He was playing the game, though. Because it's just, I'm sorry, y'all, it's just too coincidental how it's lining up. The timeline, you being eligible for for citizenship, like it's sounding scammy. We got 5 more minutes, y'all. S-Way says Chantel stopped Pedro from sending all that stuff to his family, so Nicole is bitter. Oh, she did. I forgot about that. She did. Mm-hmm. She did do that. Honey, now I'm glad she did it. Because back then I was like, girl, that's his family. But you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. Cheryl said Karen and the family was worried that Pedro was scamming Chantel, told Chantel to get a prenup. I hope she did it. Sean said, at Hot Cocoa Bang Bang, they knew. They have to watch the episode again. They were snickering the whole time. Who was snickering the whole time? Their family doesn't seem aware enough to not serve them something they would be unfamiliar with. Oh, no, they knew what they were serving them. They definitely knew what they were serving them. Lydia ain't slick, honey, and she ain't fooling me. Okay? She knew exactly what was going on. Trying to act like she ain't know. Hold on, let me go up through the comments, y'all. This life has been so good. I am so happy I got to talk to somebody about the family Chantal. Ooh, honey. This episode right here was good to me. Y'all let me know if y'all want to meet again next Monday night so we can talk about the next episode. Cause it's gonna be real good, baby. Chantel called the cops. I said, she gonna put them laws in your life, baby. This is Atlanta. Okay? Now the Atlantean, okay, is coming up out of her. You're about to be an ATLian. Child. Oh my goodness, honey. You're about to get locked up, child. It don't make no sense. Hold on, let me go down. Let me go down to y'all's comment. Me too. Pedro had me fooled. He definitely had me fooled. I couldn't believe it. I said, Pedro, you acting like that? Child, hell no. Hey, AW. Y'all gonna make me start watching this show. Oh, AW, you gotta watch it. Look, get yourself Discovery Plus, honey, for a little trial. Go from season 1 to season 4. It is an easy watch. You will literally, I used to be, let me tell y'all something. Like, honey, this was back in the day, okay? I had a little bit of financial hardship. And I was waiting on the show to come on YouTube so I could watch it. Shout out to YouTube. And honey, sometimes they would show the show early in, in the morning or whatever. Like if you just put a show title in search, sometimes the episode will come up. Well, baby, what they do that for? When I tell y'all I didn't move from that couch the entire day, I love the Family Chantal. Like that is my show. I wait it used to come back in November, October, November, but it came back sooner this time. Michael said, girl, don't you know how happy I am to see you doing this review? After seeing some clips on TikTok, I binged the whole season. Girl, you see him acting a fool? Girl, do you see him acting a fool? But next week, got him. I didn't like, but let me tell y'all something. Y'all tell me if this is just me or not. I didn't like how he was chasing her down. If she didn't answer the phone, then she didn't answer the phone. Because when you were out doing you, she was calling you and you were not answering your phone. So this for me made me feel like, why are you chasing her? Oh, I have the notification on my phone. I know she's in a fancy hotel and I'm going to go get her from this fancy hotel. I didn't like that because it's giving stalker, honey. It's giving, if I don't answer you, you're going to come looking for me. Don't come looking for me. TV show or no TV show. When it was my turn to look for you, you didn't want to be found. So why are you looking for me? Going from place to place. And then when he went and realized the locks were changed, he went in through the garage. When I tell y'all, I was like, Chantel, why didn't you change the garage door lock? Because, baby, she better take some notes from Phaedra, high class Parks. Honey, as soon as she knew Apollo was going to prison, baby, she had that garage door opener lock changed. She had all the other locks changed, and she had security cameras installed. And then y'all remember when Apollo showed back up, she was like, I did that because we never changed the lock. Phaedra started lying. I did that because we never changed the locks when we first lived here. I'm like, Phaedra, now you got to be a better liar than that. Princess Dot, thank you for the super chat. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the live. I'm glad I have people to discuss this show with. Girl, me too. Me too. Munchkin said that was the domestic case. He has a temper. Grabbing that stuff from her like that. She was like, that's mine. And he's grabbing it. I said, oh no, baby, this about to take a left turn. This about to take a left turn right here. Exactly, TG. Go away from me with this, Pedro. Go away from me with this. Honey, she need to call Phaedra. Listen, Chantel, you are in the A. Now, Phaedra is more of a city girl these days, but you can still call her and ask her, who is that man that changed that garage door opener, honey? Because, baby, he would have been locked out every which way. And I was waiting for him to go to the backyard, and I was just thinking, please don't let any of these doors open. Then he started worrying about what she doing. She got cat food out. She got lots of water, lots of cat food. Who just leaves the cat? But then I look up, and he taking the internet router. I said, boy, I know you ain't taking the Wi-Fi. Oh, baby, he real trifling. When I seen him pick up that Xfinity box, I said, I'll be damn. Child, I wanted to call Xfinity so bad. whatever address Pedro gives you, we don't service the area, okay? Honey, we don't give a damn about Pedro. Oh, honey, this was good to me. But y'all, I am going to go on get off this live. We're gonna talk about it again next week because it's coming back on and I need to talk to somebody about it. So I'm about to do Seeking Sister Wives review. Thank y'all so much for joining me. There were like 500 of you on here at one time, and I hope you enjoyed the chat. If you're new here, if you just passed through, I have never reviewed the Family Chantal. This was not a review, it was just a discussion. You know, we just came on here to talk about tonight's episode. So next Saturday, I mean, not next Saturday. So next Monday, meet me back here, Monday night at 8. It's a date. Grab your snack, and we're going to get into it. Because Chantal calling the cops. And baby Karen is sitting in the windowsill. The fact that Karen is sitting in that windowsill, honey. Oh, honey, it's a whole lot of foolishness going on. And baby, I am here for it. But y'all, let me make my way over here to Nick so I can tell him a new one. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Thank y'all for the super chat and the cash apps. Night night, y'all.